Hello, everybody. Welcome back. I think everybody's in the right place. Yes, I fixed it. Hi.
Hooray!
Hello. Welcome back. Okay, so
Sully.
Jewel, you have some things. You have some things to do. So, you are attempting to make your escape. Scimitar still bloody. Floon and the Black Viper in tow. What would you like to do?
Let's go through this doorway.
Yeah.
She's leading some people who can't see in the dark, so she's foregoing stealth.
Mm-hmm.
She's going swagger.
Okay, just striding. You're also like hacking and coughing and dying of poison.
Look, she's coughing up blood, and it's going great. So she strides forward into the room.
Okay, yeah, go on ahead. I'll have them follow you.
And sees what she sees.
All right, so yeah, you stride out into the hall. You can see the altar back here. And Floon, upon seeing it, says, "Oh boy, look at that thing." And he looks at you like, we don't have to get any closer to that, do we? There are dead bodies laying strewn about on the floor, as well as mysterious bloodstains and goat hoof prints.
Well, I think that devil took care of some stuff for us. She remembers that there was a door of some kind up here, and she has no idea where that goes.
Okay.
Or something. She also knows she needs to destroy.
That's right. You made a promise. You made a promise to a ghost.
This is going to be a really
never break a promise to a ghost. Let me see. I'll give you another description of that statue because it's pretty.
How big is it?
It's pretty cool. You're in room A7. Let's see. Let's see here. Here we go. Rows of flickering candles in iron candlesticks form a pathway to a 30-foot tall stone statue at the west end of the hall. The statue depicts a smiling, bearded man of diabolical bent. Hey, it's a statue of me. With small horns protruding from his brow and cloven hooves instead of feet. At the base of the statue, clutched in a stone claw erupting from the floor, a 3-foot deep, thanks, wizards, 9-foot diameter stone bowl filled with crackling flames. There also seems to be like a pool or something behind it.
Huh. She wonders how much of it she has to destroy. She probably turns to the other two and says, like, keep a lookout. There's a door, and she points to like the two places that she saw doors. I'm gonna check that one first.
Okay.
So she's gonna go to the small one, and she says, like, they can come with her because she has the light. Okay. And she's gonna try and open it or break it.
Yeah, it's just like a little door.
Someone's inside.
Yeah.
Last time there was silver, so this time it might be good.
Okay. You open the door and peer inside.
Mm-hmm.
It appears to be a closet. In this room, this tiny room, this storage closet.
Is there a brooch?
There is let's see. The cabinet contains a golden decanter and shelves holding wooden wine goblets.
Jewel looks at it for slightly too long.
I mean, if you had to guess, you'd say it's worth it's a golden decanter.
Yeah.
It's worth some money.
She swipes it. She hands it to Floon. Carry it.
And he holds it, and he's got a scimitar in one hand and the wine decanter in the other. And he looks at it and he says, "I am afraid, milady, I am only proficient in one of these two implements."
Or drink it and find out whether or not it'll poison you.
Yeah, alas, our fate is such that it is empty.
She's going to go back and she's going to go look at what's happening with the statue altar pool nonsense.
Yeah, okay. Yeah, so you come back in. If there's a statue, you can go check it out. So it looks like an underground stream flows from the west side of the temple and into a pool here. So there's like a hole in the wall where this water like streams down into this section.
Does the water, is it fresh water or salt water?
It would be fresh.
Okay. I'm like, where the fuck is this coming from? Is her thought process / she mumbles out loud. I mean, she kind of looks up at the statue and she's like, eyes it, looks at me like, I can't destroy this on my own.
The mace verily like vibrates in your hand with its excitement over destroying this blasphemous thing. Floon walks over to examine one of the tapestries of, how did I describe them before? mortal pleasures.
Yep.
And he walks over and he looks at it and he says, "Hey, this looks just like my Saturday night." And he puts his hand up on the thing and he falls through it. The tapestry folds and he tumbles into a hidden chamber behind. So he's like, "Ah!" And like you hear him like fall into a hole.
It was useful. You okay?
It's very dark back here. I think I sprayed something
in there for him.
Yeah, you want to go take a look?
Yeah.
Ta-da. So looking beyond, you see a slightly embarrassed Floon Blagmar. He has tumbled onto the floor in this other like chamber. He gets up and brushes himself off.
Is there a doorway or like does it lead anywhere? He
can't see in the dark, and you're not shining light down this way. Yeah, so it goes back. So from here you can see yeah, so there's like a wider area of pool back here, and Floon goes over to investigate it. And you can see that over there in the corner, here, let's just clear your poison because there's nothing causing it anymore. It goes away. You can see that there's an area over here that's like a little bit narrow, but you could probably like go down there. The water is not so deep and you wouldn't have to swim. It's a bit of a squeeze. And Floon looks at you and he looks at the pool and he looks at the little stream and he's like, no way. No, you're not. Nope.
Okay, then let's go back and find some more cultists.
Well, I wasn't saying that. Let's not be hasty.
I mean, I think those are our two options, unless you have a better idea.
Oh, boy. And he looks at it. He looks at you. But I've already bathed this fortnight.
No, you haven't.
He's like, I was in a jail.
Exactly.
You hear
time to freshen up.
You hear a voice from the other room. You hear the Black Viper say, well, what's back there?
We think we found a way out, unless we want to go check for more cultists.
I just as soon never see another cultist in my life.
Sort of comes back to the entrance.
The mace begins to vibrate again. Like, let's kill the thing. Come on.
Give me a second. Jill goes over and smashes the statue a couple of times.
Merely tapping the statue with the mace causes it to ring out like a terrible bell and shatter into 1,000 pieces. Just
I did not see that
blows
coming.
up. Everybody has to like, and there's like chunks of stone rain down in slow motion. And the Black Viper is like, wow, that's a hell of a mace.
No, I think it's a heaven of a mace.
That's a good joke.
All right, let's go waiting.
You're very funny.
She's like, I've fulfilled you. She yells back, I filled your promise. It's destroyed. Your children are probably still evil, but I'll deal with them later. Bye-bye.
Somewhere far away, an old ghost nods and strokes his beard. Yes, a great evil has been undoneth this evening. Everybody kind of gathers around the pool. The Black Viper looks at you and says, I thought cats hated water.
I didn't say I liked this.
Well, I mean, the water has to come from somewhere. And worst case scenario, we get stuck in there and we all drown. Floon,
Yep.
Was it? And Floon nods and he says, yes, Floon Blagmar, milady. You look so familiar to me. Have we met somewhere? No, we haven't. And you hear her like deep in her Batman voice a little. She's like, no, I don't know you. And she looks at the water. You're the one with the light source, Jewel.
All right, let's go. She squeezes her way into this tunnel.
All right.
Uncomfortable and damp.
Floon follows, and the Black Viper behind her. So, the other team, you all leave. You leave the vault, right?
Yeah.
And where do you go? You go to Alistair's?
I think so.
Yeah.
Probably.
Because there were some hints that the black staff was not going to be around.
She did say, like, I have to leave. I've got shit to do.
And like last time I talked to her, she was like, nope. So
and also Rin's still a bird.
Yeah, it actually only lasts an hour. So I think like as you are leaving, Rin, you start to feel the magic start to fade. And do you get off of Makaria's shoulder before you turn?
No.
All right. So Makaria, all of a sudden, Rin appears on your shoulder and the two of you like tumble to the ground.
Collapse into the dirt. Yeah.
Yeah.
Like roll off of you, take a deep breath, and like stand up and dust myself off. Like,
you couldn't have warned me.
I didn't know it was going to happen. Whatever version of the spell he uses, I don't know. You know, like the year could have started then for all I wait, you don't know about that.
Sorry, what was that?
Well, in order to get his assistance, I needed to bargain away some of my time.
A year of your time.
A year of my time. I'm not looking forward to what I have to pay this time.
To be collected at any moment?
To be collected when he wants it.
Let's go visit. Why don't we? I'm sure he'll be able to help 8. Maybe he'll ask for another year, but if you're giving them away.
God, I hate you.
You should give up a year of Makaria's time.
Makaria's time is useless.
I don't think he wants my time.
The problem with Makaria's time is that it's useless. Yeah, so I guess that's where we go.
Okay.
I need to get help. And I also mentioned on the way, like we also need to seek a cleric. But I suppose we can ask about that once we get there.
I know a few of them.
So let's take a second here. I'm gonna look,
please,
mechanically at what actually, because it doesn't say in the
Greater Restoration.
Yeah, so it is a Greater Restoration.
It's a Greater Resto.
So Greater Restoration. Let's see.
Third level spell.
I mean, a wish could do it too, but no one's gonna cast that on your behalf.
I mean,
so 5th level bard.
Any reduction to one of the target's abilities.
5th level bard, druid, or cleric spell. Okay.
Yeah.
Yep.
I obviously cannot do it.
So you need what, a ninth level cleric to do it?
But also what I would say is that we both failed our Arcana checks, so
yeah,
going to a wizard makes sense. I don't know.
No, totally. Yeah. Okay.
I mean, a wizard could probably get us some floating discs to move all of this fucking gold too.
You do not want to tell Alistair that there's
I was gonna say,
500,000 gold.
Because lawful evil wizard about the gold under the sea.
He would just be like, how about I just kill all of you instead, and I enslave Rin, and I just get that gold for myself. Thank you so much, Makaria, you stupid corpse. Finger of death.
I'm looking forward to seeing how this conversation goes.
Yeah. So we fade to Alistair's estate. And this time, Alistair greets you in his more natural form. Though you're not really sure, Rin, like what he has all these different Alistairs that he wears. This one is a more common one.
Over the course of 10 years, it was like 3 years of that.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
So he emerges and he looks pissed. There's something like he's angry about something, and it's not he's angry at you, but he looks distracted and angry.
That's bad.
And he comes storming down the stairs, and he just says to you, Rin, he's like, "Back so soon? Very well." And he starts casting polymorph on you. Like, all right.
Wait, just a moment, please, Master. Separate issue.
So this man that you're speaking to, Makaria, looks like he is the son or grandson of the man you spoke to before, much younger. He's got
he transformed at the end of our last conversation.
You've seen it before, but he's actually more so than he's like more handsome and like slightly more muscular and like
the more black-haired than gray.
Yeah, like he just looks like he's put on like an even more less like I'm a knowledgeable dude and more just like like he was talking to somebody he put this face on for. And so you stop him and he says, What do you want? If not to come back and recoup your debt to me.
Well, you can, of course, per our agreement, call that in at any time. If now is the time, then fine. But I would like to, if I may, comment. I have another request. We have a friend who is been afflicted by an intellect devourer. That was the name, wasn't it? I look
It's
over
one.
it. Oh, you've still got it?
It was in my bag, but I take it out of my bag.
Blah! And he scowls and is like, disgusting. You just carry that around in your bag.
Well, when I go home, I'll put it in my basement, but for now,
It's dripping on my floor.
oops.
And you all kind of ominously look down at this, like, these drops of ichor that have landed
I
on the
try
floor.
and sort of like step in front of it, like let's not
Yeah, don't worry about that right
on
now.
me for the moment. Yeah. And I say, afflicted but not eaten. It didn't get into his head. It came out of someone else, and we managed to kill it before it.
And what happened to this poor unfortunate?
He's
Which,
there.
which of the poor unfortunates? The one whose head exploded, or the one who is completely dumbfounded at this point?
I assume the fool you're referring to is your mechanical companion.
Yes, that one. I know you're not particularly happy with how things went down last time, and I can assure you that his interactions with you in the future will be a lot more should there be any.
He shrugs non-committally. And
We merely wanted to know if you knew of a way to reverse the effects. If not, I really could care less.
he puts his hands out. He says, I am the great wizard Alistair, fool. Of course I know a way. I know several ways, a half dozen off the top of my head. My research library will contain another 100 more. But why I should help you, I cannot conjure that thought.
Well, then comes the payment section, I suppose. I've already given you some of my time. I don't have much else.
In exchange for answers.
Kill Macaria.
I have a few.
I mean, I try this one, but I know it's not going to work. And I'm like, very low bow, like, my undying gratitude for your assistance.
Make a persuasion check.
I'm like really trying to lay it on here. 20?
And he grins, and he says, Rin, you always were my favorite servant. And he looks at Macaria and he says, you could learn something from this one, cleric.
Why would I want to be subservient to anyone, much less you?
Because at least Rin has a master that can do something for her. You've sworn away every year of your life to a dead god no one cares about anymore.
I care about my god.
Well, a church of one is just a madman, isn't it? And he sighs, and he says to you, if you want to help your friend, Rin, you're going to have to find a cleric. A suitably strong one, a priest with some depth of devotion. Maybe one of the kindlier gods. Visit the Temple of Lathander.
Must we?
Do you have a personal recommendation?
I tend to avoid priests. Their
No, it's fine, Rin.
obsequiousness
I know.
disgusts me.
I know clerics. I know some clerics. We can fucking.
We need a cleric for Miloon anyway.
Do we?
He raises an eyebrow. Miloon War Dragon.
And I realize I fucked up and go, yes, master, because I would not lie to him. That would be a very bad idea.
No, that's my axe. He can't have it.
And he says, how interesting. And how is poor War Dragon afflicted?
Rather off his feet at the moment.
And he looks at your like dripping corpse purse, And he says, I begin to see the nature of things. Oh, Vajrasafar must be so upset. Oh, wait. Have you told her yet?
She has been out of contact, Master.
Oh, this is very good. You've brought me quite the gift, Rin. Let me be the one to deliver news that her poor Melun War Dragon has died. And above and beyond that, was habited by an intellect devourer all along. And what of Azur Edge, his axe?
I know not what has happened to it yet.
But he was wielding it in your presence? You saw the thing.
I saw an axe.
It landed several times in my shoulder, so I would say yes, I saw the axe.
Well,
Why? Is that valuable to you? Rin, maybe you don't need to give up a year entirely. How valuable?
I haven't had to give up anything.
the deal that is struck is done. But I would love to take a look at that axe. Melun strutted up and down the street, wielding that thing like he was Pirgron Paladin's son. Bring it to me. I do so desire to look on it.
If we find ourselves in the neighborhood, maybe we will. But we have to go find a cleric now, don't we? Come on.
It was not a request, corpse servant. Bring me the axe.
Hey, Adam, could you make an intimidation or persuasion check for me? Just like I need to gauge how I'm gonna reply to this in character.
Totally. Let me see. No, I can just do this.
He can look, but he can't touch it. That's what
look, people watching at home.
Oh, you didn't have to touch it. You just have to look at it.
This is a cool trick that I did not know about until very recently. If I click this little down arrow, it's the whole stat block. Look at this. Yeah, it's little things I didn't even know about. So let's see. Arcana, history. Okay, all right. So it's a +3.
You know, whatever skill you think is the appropriate skill.
I'll just roll it out in the open so you can see. He is very persuasive.
She keeps her head down and her eyes on her shoes and says, "Yes, of course, master."
Very good.
We'll go and speak to a cleric now.
Oh, they'd have some wheelbarrows at the City of the Dead too.
And he just very well. Get the fuck out of here.
Out of there.
I don't want to see the clerics of Lathander. They're awful. I hate them.
Okay, so you leave. We crossfade.
Crossfade.
We fade to somewhere outside the city of Waterdeep. We can see the walls in the slight distance. The tide is out, so we see some kelp up on rocks, and we can see pools of mud. If we could smell, it would smell terrible. The walls have bird shit all over them, and we can hear seagulls kind of in the distance. And next to, as we sort of pan down, we see a big stone pipe, basically a big pipe sticking out of the wall, and there is a metal grate on it. And we hear a wet gurgling sound as it barfs some sewage out into the ocean. And then, as we linger, we see a light emerge from the end of the tunnel and approach the grate. And then a mud-soaked furry hand opens the grate.
I was gonna say, and then they hit the bars and are stuck.
So Jewel, Floon, and the Black Viper emerge out of this hidden tunnel into the mud flats, they're out here somewhere. The mud flats of Waterdeep. Everyone is just looking like a horrible mud monster, all covered in goo, and so you come out. And Floon looks around and he says, "Well, that could have been worse."
Joel puts the mace away finally.
Yeah.
She's like, "Oh, I can stop carrying that thing." Yeah, it would have been better if you hadn't had to sing the entire way through the tunnel.
I just thought it would keep us motivated. I'm sorry, I only know songs about lusty topics.
I definitely walked faster than I would have.
Well, then you
So
see,
it's-
I'm a great motivator. I think I should
Okay.
become a bard.
She looks back at him and is like, I already have one of those in my life. I don't need you.
I could go on my own adventures. I have a scimitar now. And he waves it a little bit, and then the blade comes off and falls in the water. Oh well. He throws it
Do
aside.
you climb?
And he looks up at the wall and he says, well, no, but, and he points, the west gate's down there, and we could just walk. Nice walk on the
Or
beach would
walking
do us
with
some
you.
good.
Maybe I should just climb.
And he says, he's like, what do you think? And he turns around, and of course, the Black Viper has just Batmaned on you. She's gone.
As soon as Jewel sees that the Viper's gone, she's like, go say hi to the guards for me. She starts climbing up the wall.
She gets Commissioner Gordoned.
Yeah, totally. And he looks, he's like, well, but what if I'm absconded with along the way? I'm still enemies among the Castellanters. Or anyone else who thinks I look too much like Ready or Never Ember. Do you think I should get a haircut?
Here. She holds up the scimitar and will offer to cut his hair.
And he's like, well, not now. I mean, by a professional. God,
Well,
I
then
wouldn't
can't
let you.
help you.
I mean, no offense or anything, but you don't even have hair.
You're not wrong.
So you're just going to abandon me here in the mud flats.
Well, you're lucky I rescued you.
Am I? I mean, of course I am. Yeah, yes. Fine.
Are you? We can put you back. She points
No,
back
no,
at the
I didn't
tunnel.
mean it. A moment of weakness. I'll head for the west gate, and then home to take a long bath. And then, what time do you suppose it is? I could still make it to the yawning portal for lunch, I think, if I hurry. Well, thanks for rescuing me, and if you ever see your mysterious friend again, tell her I said hello. That you could find me at the portal.
I will tell her that you will be at the portal.
Yes, but
So
tell her
she
I said
will
hello.
avoid you.
And but do it. Oh, you know what? Never mind. And he
Oh,
says,
sorry. Like this. Hello.
that's not what I sound like. This has been a very long day. Yeah. Hey. And he begins trudging off towards the west gate, singing to himself about the many romantic conquests of Elminster. Listen, if I've learned anything at all from reading Forgotten Realms novels, it's that Elminster
is
fucks.
sexy. Yeah.
Elminster fucks like crazy. That is canon. We
Yeah.
know it.
No, totally.
It is in the books. That guy likes to fucking throw down at any moment. So I have learned, and Floon knows this. So yeah. So off he goes.
Even if Jewel thinks that she can't actually make it over the wall, she's still gonna wait for him to get all the way through the gate before she walks any farther.
Yeah, I mean, I don't think the thing is like it's not so much the climbing that'll be the problem. It'll be the guards at the top who are like,
Yeah.
Excuse me.
Yeah, she knows that. So she just sort of sits there on the beach and like watches for a little while, like picks some seaweed out of her fur,
Mm-hmm.
and then sees Floon is gone far enough away and sort of gets up and then starts walking towards the west gate.
Just to let him go in first. Okay.
She's like, I just can't walk with him
All
any
right.
farther.
So where do you go? Like once you get through the west gate, you're filthy. You smell like sewage and beach travel and blood. Where do you go?
How did she have any idea how like illegal the worship of Asmodeus is?
I don't think it's illegal to
Yeah.
worship. If it were illegal to worship like shitty demon gods, Macaria would be in jail.
Also be in jail. Yeah.
So I think you're allowed to worship whoever you want. It's what you do in service of that worship.
So, yeah.
I think
yeah,
it's like it's the sacrifice
Summoning
and
devils is
the.
probably bad.
I think summoning creatures from the you at least need like a license for that, I think.
So I think she in her full bedraggled attire,
Yeah.
she's gonna go find those freaking cops. Cause she still feels this like burning righteousness from the mace that she's like, I need to get rid of this thing.
Yeah.
Um,
yeah.
And she's gonna probably like let them know about the secret potential. She assumes she was under the castle enter estate, but at the very least, she will show them the entrance on the wall. Like, here's where I got in. She'll tell them that piece of information. Be like, you
Okay,
know,
so where would you go to find?
does she know
these
where they
guys?
work?
Like they were supposedly they were watching your house.
All right, she goes home.
So you could just go home
Just
and
gonna go home.
goes
like,
home.
just
and,
ask
like,
one of all the cops that are on the beat of your neighborhood know, like, this is the house that, you know,
Just, like,
we got
sneaks up on one of them,
operation.
taps him on the shoulder. I need to speak with them.
Yeah, I think it's very hard for you to sneak up on anyone because you smell so
I smell
bad.
disgusting.
Yeah,
She
you're
tries.
a big wet kitty. Okay, all right, so you head home. So meanwhile, Rin, Makaria, where are you going?
I assumed the city of the dead to find a
Temple of
cleric.
Lathander.
No.
So you walk out of Alistair's estate and both start going in different directions.
I'm like, the city of the dead will be no help. They are clerics for people who are dead and wish to remain dead. That is not helpful to us.
But I don't.
Lathander, the Morning Lord is the correct choice, and it is the recommendation of my master. You know, like,
But they're
fighting back.
so happy. Oh, the
I am
Fine.
so happy to be able to tell you that you're being an idiot and leave and head to that temple right away. And she just turns and goes like
Do you follow Makaria?
Well, I mean, everyone in the city of the dead would probably just be like, "How dare you get back into our acolyte's house and worship Kalimvor?" So I guess it's probably
well, and also like they want people to be dead, right? That's their whole deal.
No, that's not. They
Kalimvor, their jam
they
is
would
like
still have restoration and stuff.
Well, yeah, restoration is fine. Like, I don't know what they think about like bringing
About
people back to
resurrection,
life. Yeah.
No.
Okay, so you're gonna head for the spires of the spires of the morning, which is
I guess.
over this way.
Yes.
Okay. All right.
Gross.
So the two of you go to the spires of the morning. Let me get a description of these spires.
Do I have any ink in my bag?
Probably. I don't know. Maybe. Probably. Let's see here. Built of pink marble, this 3-story cathedral is capped by 7 spires of copper, gold, and silver that gleams with reflected glory of dawn's first light. Aw, lovely. And it's summer, too, so it would just be beautiful and shiny. And yeah, it's in a massively swag temple. It's huge and beautiful, and people really like Lathander, right? He's a very popular god. Everybody likes when the sun comes up in the morning. And so yeah, you arrive, and there are people, there are priests gathered about, lay worshippers and what have you. And you come to the temple, and yeah, Makaria, this place is like, oof.
Yay, I can also make you suffer.
That's right. Now it's your turn. It's like bringing a Satanist to a Catholic church, like the Vatican. So you arrive, and as you walk into the gardens of the Spire of the Morning, people like see you as they come up, and you get a little like some hat tips and some like, "Good morrow, my friends. Welcome to the Spires of the Morning," and everyone's being really friendly and like, yeah.
I have a headache.
Good morning. I was hoping we might engage the services of a cleric that resides here. Someone
You grab like a random like monk or something.
Yeah, like, you know, grab somebody who works here. And we need someone of significant power, enough to bring someone back from the dead.
No,
they-
that's not what we're doing.
Their eyes go wide. A mighty errand. I am sorry for
We're
your
not
loss,
bringing-
my lady.
no. Rin, we're just trying to get 8's brain back.
But if this cleric can also do that, then they can get Maloon back and...
Why do we care about Maloon? He tried to
Because
kill
I
me.
said to Rainier that I would get a cleric, and he is very upset, and will pay probably if he gets what he wants. Whereas if he doesn't, I have no money.
Do you have any ink?
The monk is very politely like, I'm not listening.
No,
I'm talking to someone else. Everything is fine.
Turn back
Yeah.
to the monk. Like, Rainier Neverember would like to engage the services of a cleric of significant power so that they can bring back a dear friend of theirs.
Well, my friend, you find yourselves in the shadow of the spires of the morning, in which many clerics, some who may be able to assist you, could be found. May the blessings of Lathander carry you to your destiny. this way, please. And like the monk leads you into the temple. Now, a spell to restore 8 is going to be very expensive.
Greater restoration.
Yeah. Where's the thing about?
Don't we have 500,000 gold?
You don't have
pieces
any
that are-
gold right
We
now. You
have
have no
zero
gold
gold
at all.
Yeah.
I mean, we know where we could find some.
Your parents are rich.
Look, I'm just gonna make.
Okay, we don't even know where Jewel is.
Yeah.
Okay.
One thing at a time. So I think rather than like necessarily like role playing out, interacting, like it's fine. This is a place you
Yeah,
could go
sure.
to like
Yeah,
pay
go
for
get
a
this
spell, and a
service, yeah.
generic like a priest could, if you can afford it.
Yeah.
However, you have
Johnny,
no gold on
Johnny
hand.
Lathander comes with us, and
Yeah, totally.
Is he gonna come with us though?
That's usually the tradition. Traditionally, the body is brought to the spires and is brought back to life. But what do you? I guess let me know what you're trying to do here. You want to get
I
someone
want
who
to
can.
engage the services of a cleric.
Yeah, but it costs per spell basically. So as players, we got to figure out what you're trying to do.
I need to greater restoration 8,
Yeah.
and hopefully, whatever the cheapest version, Raise Dead, I guess.
No, raised that he'd be a zombie.
Okay, no, yeah, you're right. I'm thinking of the wrong edition.
Mhm.
Resurrect on Maloon. His head
Okay.
is missing.
What
so
about revivify?
Revivify is not. I don't think it's good
Yeah,
enough.
he's been dead longer than a minute.
Yeah. Resurrection. Yeah, that would be the spell. It is a 7th level.
Seventh level.
Seventh
Yeah,
level
it's
spell,
very
and
high.
it costs a diamond worth 1,000 gold. So you got to pay for the mats. There's a table, right? Like how expensive
Yeah, I remember
is?
there was one, but I don't remember what book it was in.
Let me look at Raise Dead, because Raise Dead might also work.
It was part of Adventurers League stuff.
You
I'm pretty
return
sure.
yes, Raise Dead works. No, it doesn't. Raise Dead doesn't work because he has no brain. He needs his brain. So you need to resurrect him.
A resurrection.
Yeah. Closes all mortal wounds and restores missing body parts. Yeah. So you have a 7th level spell and a
Third.
and a
level,
third
I think,
level.
for
Yeah, I think
the
it's
rest.
in
No, greater
Xanathar?
restoration is 5th.
5th.
Is it 5th? Okay.
Yeah, it's
Okay.
at the very least. I think we'd need to pay for the mats before they did it.
Yeah.
Especially before they come with us into a dungeon.
Oh, that's that would be a surcharge to like go with you somewhere dangerous. So it's 1,000 gold for the mats. Let me grab, I think it's Xanathar's.
I mean, it's well above my price range of 0.
but you still need to
so-
figure out how much you owe them.
That's true.
Greater restoration. It is a diamond dust worth 100 GP.
Okay, so it's another
1100.
gold. Okay. All right. And let me see if there's like a spell. Yeah, it's like how much if you buy something from someone.
I remember.
I got 50 gold on me.
No, you're not even.
I do. I have 50 gold worth of silver bars.
Okay, well, we have a very large cache of gold in a basement guarded by a dragon.
I mean, I have an adamantine bar and a bronze dragon skill.
The stuff in
And by when I say I have it, I mean you.
it
have
looks like the stuff in Xanathar's is it looks like it's for downtime for making magic items and selling magic items.
Hmm.
Yeah,
So, we
there's
can use the Adventurers League stuff.
Yeah, there's definitely we're getting spellcasting services in the Adventurers League stuff. I don't know the 8th. I don't know the most recent season. It changed everything.
Okay, let me look. Adventurers League spellcasting services. Here we go. Spellcasting services are needed after the adventure is concluded. Here we go. All right. So, this costs resurrection costs 3,000 gold. And
Is that including the price of?
yeah, resurrection is 3,000 gold, and I think that does include. Yeah, these include the cost. So
Okay.
it's 3,000 gold for bringing Mayloon back to life, and then it's another 450 for fixing.
Okay, that Mayloon stuff is Rainier's problem.
I mean, it's all Renio's problem if we get the resurrection, because then we.
So
can
the
just,
thing about Rainier Neverember is that he's a noble, but he's broke because his dad
He doesn't have that money.
he doesn't
I don't
have any
care
money.
about Mayloon War Dragon coming back to life.
Yeah, that's fine.
He killed me.
Yeah, you take the cleric there and be like, hey, we don't have 3,000 gold, so we wanted you to talk to him. And he'll be like, I can't afford that. And I'll be like, great, I get to keep the axe. It's fine.
So
so
just
so
was
here's the thing. You can
Rainier's thing, like we want to resurrect this guy, or was he
Yeah,
just like
that
we
was
want to lay him to rest in a
Ra-
proper manner?
he specifically asked like
Rainier
if
asked
we
for a
can
resurrection.
if we can bring him
Oh,
back to
okay.
life, please. Like
Which
Plus,
is
remember-
why I am asking for this.
yeah,
at
and
all.
plus remember Rainier is Rainier's a harper, right? So he can and
He can ask
also
the Harpers.
Vajra Safar recommended Melun to you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's
So
a whole
he
bunch of
died.
people. There's a whole bunch of people who can.
Yeah, she
Fine.
has to pay for it because she gave us faulty goods and we're going to
She didn't know. Okay, I think if
Already
you
sent was possessed.
I think Rin, if you're willing to like tell me the plan, like what do you tell the priest? And
So I
then
tell the priest that in a dangerous expedition, 2 people have become gravely injured. One requires a resurrection, the other requires a restoration, greater restoration.
right.
And that we can't move them because they're the big people of the group and it's like impossible.
Okay.
So we need you to come with us to go and like get them back on their feet.
Yeah.
And that you'll be paid for that by like I can't pay you now, but there are people who will owe that money to the Temple of Lathander.
Okay. Do you name drop anybody or anything? Like
I of course name drop Vajra Safar because it's Force Gray.
do you have a like a
I
Force
have
Grey
a
like
Force
badge,
Gray
right?
like pin, yeah.
Okay.
And of course I mentioned Rainier Neverember.
Okay.
In the story.
Okay. Make a I don't know that you have to make a persuasion check in this case. You're just no, you don't make the check.
Yeah. Okay.
We didn't roll lore to know that name dropping Melun being dead specifically is a big deal, right?
No. Yeah, Rin. I mean, I think Rin was saying Melun because Alistair made a big deal out of it, right? Because Alistair was like, "Oh, that's Vajra's friend."
Yeah, because he like knew who that was.
Because what he wants is to gloat, right? He wants to be like, "I've got the axe. Nice. Okay."
Yeah.
So the goodly priestess, a tear in her eye, the glorious light of Lathander in her heart, promises you that she will do everything she can to restore your friend's life. That she will come with you personally, and in the name of the Morning Lord, bring back to life your dead friend and restore 8's power. And I think that the I think that happens. And I think that's all part of kind of the post bit because there's no more danger, right? There's no danger between you and this thing. So what happens is she comes back with you to the because I assume you go right away.
Of course, yeah.
Yeah. So she comes back with you to the temple or to the vault.
The door's closed.
The door's not closed. No.
That would
The
suck.
dragon does not close the door. And yeah, Rainier makes some secret listen, priestess.
He gives the priest the secret Harper handshake.
Yeah, the secret Harper elbow bump, fucking backflip. They sing "I'm a
It's
Harper
not
and I'm
secret,
okay"
'cause everyone
It's not-
knows
yes,
it.
Everyone knows it. You can read about it on Wikipedia. And they talk. Rainier begs the priestess to like bring his friend back to life.
I whisper to Rin, like, hey, can I kill her after she's done with this? And Rin says, no, you can't.
It's easy enough to fix 8. Right. It's
Also,
a
she
quick
would
spell.
fucking kick our ass if she can cast
Yeah, she's a big deal.
resurrection.
She
that's how
actually
I
she
would have
probably
to
brings
talk about it.
like a paladin or something with her because she's going into a
Yeah.
dangerous place.
Yeah.
So they heal 8. And with the glorious light of Lathander, they bring back holy formed and alive Melun, the hero of Waterdeep, Melun War Dragon, who in a tearful embrace is reunited with his friend, and with his axe. And
I have a mace for you. I know it's a consolation prize, but I had to convince a ghost to give it to me.
and he apologizes like deeply to you, and tells you that the last thing that he remembers is watching his friends die in a terrible, terrible battle deep below the city of Waterdeep in an awful dungeon called Undermountain.
Oh.
He and his friends, adventurers, delve down there, and he remembers all of them being attacked by mind flayers. and watching them one by one die under the predations of these creatures before
That sounds like a place I never want to go and never will go.
before he himself was slain. He thought himself dead. He doesn't remember anything that happened after that except waking up here. And Rainier says, there's much to tell you, Mayloon. But first, let's all go back to the yawning portal and get a drink, shall we?
There's still the matter of
need-
removing some objects from a place for our friend Orvax or whatever.
So I think at that point when you're like, well, there's still the matter of, and then we cut over and we see Jewel and the City Watch. And so Jewel, it's got to, we got to like wrap it all up. So Jewel, this is later, right? So you went to the City Watch to tell them what? Like, I got kidnapped by the Castellanters?
Yeah, basically. But she's like, it's not a big deal. We escaped. But the important part is the Castellanters definitely worshiping Asmodeus, summon a bunch of demons, a lot of corpses in their basement. Totally the demons' fault.
I mean, collateral damage is a thing.
So you might, I don't know if you want to do anything about that, but they're kind of bad.
And and so the officers.
Oh, we got the vault open. I don't remember what happened after that though.
Right, and so the officer, what's his name, Blastwind, Barnabas. He's taking notes while his friend. Yeah, that's okay. They don't care. While his friend, Officer Cromley, he says, and all this you're saying, you'd be willing to swear to it before a priest of Tyr in a high court.
That what?
That the Castellanters are a bunch of demon-worshipping villains.
Oh yeah, they had like an 18-foot statue down there. I broke it with a mace that a ghost gave to me.
And they both look at you like, He's like, right, all right. Well, and he turns and he says, I think it's about time to wrap this up, eh, Barnabas? And Barnabas is like, oh yes, quite. Let's go now to the vault, and then we'll deal with those Castellanters later. Miss Jewel, if you would, come with us, please.
The entire reason Jewel goes to Undermountain, get out of jury duty.
Right. Yeah. So so you and the city guard head off to the vault, and we will I think we'll begin our next section. We'll take a break here and we'll begin our next section there with the epilogue of Dragon Heist. We'll talk about rewards. Everybody will finally get to level up. We'll figure out where all the gold goes, and we'll do our denouement.
It's my dream to be a level 5 cleric.
After this. So stick around, everybody. We'll be right back.